Bobby Fazio.
All right, hello and welcome. Driver interviews with Bobby Fazio. Today is Tuesday, December 20th, 2022. It's the Tuesday Tell All. Back in the condo today. The usual background that I like to use, the one that I've been trying to improve upon all the time, that is at our townhouse, but that townhouse is for sale right now. And just got an offer couple minutes ago, which is why I'm a little late today. I'm about a half an hour late because I was on the phone with a realtor. So everybody say a prayer for me because we kind of have our eyes set on something a little bigger, something I can actually put a studio in, actually maybe even have an office in. So I'm excited about that, a little nervous, a little scared. The home buying thing, especially, we got 4 days till Christmas Eve here. I still have to do Christmas shopping. It's just... The countdown is on for me. So, guys, these little gray hairs, I don't know if you can see them. They're starting to pop out a little bit more frequently. And I never knew they were ever going to come. Good morning, Walt Walker. How you doing, buddy? All right. How's everybody doing out there? Did you guys all get your Christmas shopping done? Huh? I think I got 2 gifts for people. I probably have about, 10 more to get. And even Amazon's telling me, dude, you better hurry because this overnight shipping that we do, it may not be coming to your door in time. How you doing, Walt? All right, so you all know the deal. Driverinterviews.com. Go to my website. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I just did an interview of Jerry Emmons, Jammin' Jerry, and I like to think that one turned out pretty well. I spent a good amount of time cutting that. I'm some days I just the little things that people may not even notice, they just bother me when I'm cutting or editing, and I just spend way too much time, and I probably shouldn't. But I want you to check that one out. He gets very informative. We learn a lot from Jerry Emmons about his 69 Camaro B stock automatic, 396, 375 aluminum head engine there. He runs B, sometimes A. That interview was taken at Pomona at the Pomona Finals, and I felt bad for Jerry. Put the camera in his car, and it was a little bit of an unfortunate first round red light. So watch that interview. It's a good one. 13 minutes long, and you're learning something the whole time. So check it out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you want shirts, Mike Glick got your shirt coming. Thank you for your order. I really appreciate that. You get a free sticker with every shirt, by the way. And donate and or sponsorship opportunities in there. Check out the sponsorship proposal. It's there. Facebook and Instagram at Driver Interviews, and YouTube at Driver Interviews. So you can use at Driver Interviews to find me on all 3 of those: Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Growing all 3, approaching 2,700 followers on Facebook. We just got to 2,600 last week. It seems like we're getting almost 100 every week, and I really like it. All right, draginsights.com brings you this weekly show, among others. You saw the logos at the beginning. You probably noticed a few new logos, because we have some big partners in 2023. I'm very honored to, be able to use some of these names as part of my show. But Drag Insights is an OG. They've been there since the beginning, along with Tim Stickles' Gutters by Design and Tom Baker's metal and machining shop in Baltimore, Maryland. But Drag Insights, check it out. Heads up runs now being part of the database. Average under the index in a heads up run. Fastest run in a heads up. Number of heads up runs you've been in. All this is going to come in handy, especially with the new rules that we got to deal with in the AHFS stock and super stock classes. So check that out. Drag Insights is about to start going back to 2012. Also, we're at 2015 right now. Going to start making our way back into a little bit older data, which is good for me because I had a win in 2012, so that'll up my win average. I won the Dutch Classic in 2012, so yes, keep it going, but stop there because I think that was my first win in class racing. You don't need to go back any further than that. All right, just saying. Who else we got? Rob Youngblood, AdvancedClutches.com. Check out Rob Youngblood if you are a stick shift racer or you plan on becoming a stick shift racer. I met some racers at PRI that are new to the class racing world, and I'm happy to have them. Just as I am happy to have CP Carrillo and Total Seal both backing me in 2023, putting their logo on this show. They believe in me to get their name out there, and that's what we're going to do. So thank you very much, CP Carrillo. Been running CP Piston since we started class racing, and Total Seal, we've been running Total Seal rings since we started class racing. So I guess they appreciate my loyalty, and now I appreciate them coming on board. So you will be seeing their logo here and there a little bit. Who else do we have out there? Thomas, left coast, only 9:30 where you are. Probably nice and sunny too, not cold and crappy like it is here. Hey, Ray, there we are. I think Ray just texted me actually and asked me if where I was. Jerry Emmons' interview was very good. Well, thank you, Walt. I appreciate that. Valva guy, fellow Ford guy checking in. Good. I almost thought that was a Volvo guy, but he's a Valva guy. So thank you, sir. Good to see you, sir. Or yeah, sir. Got to be. You said Ford guy. You don't want to go wrong on that lately, you know. Paula Maria Emmerich Valone. My mom takes care of Frank Fazio with 2 Z's. If you're hiring drivers, I am a CDL driver. I'm not hiring any drivers right now. I am the driver. You know, when we go to the track, I drive the rig. I don't even let Dad drive. I let him snooze the whole way because I'm that guy. I'm a good son. And Sean Conway, what's up, Bobby? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you guys. All right, so let's see what's going on in the world of drag racing today. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. I also got, and how did I miss this? And I apologize, not setting a good example here, to another OG sponsor, Don Kennedy Race Car Insurance. You did see his banner at the beginning of the show. Check him out. You know how race car insurance is. You don't need it till you need it. Okay, so give Don Kennedy a call. He is a fellow class racer, and he can help you out. He can get you a premium. He can, he goes through this little check, and he runs the policies through Haggerty Insurance. So, I mean, that's a big name right there. Don Kennedy, give him a call. I'll post his phone number in the link. I've posted it on my Facebook page and Instagram page as well. And he's a good guy to deal with. So check him out. Don Kennedy Race Car Insurance, policies through Haggerty Insurance. I wanted to let everybody know, in case you're looking for a job, Northwest Division Director, D6. Okay, they're looking for one. Open position, if you all want to do it. I know some of the stiff competition out there. You probably want somebody like Brad Burton. Hey, stop racing. Why don't you just become the D6 director? Yeah. So anybody looking for a job? Anybody wants to run a division? D6 is looking now. We just had D1, D5, D7. Now we got D6. What is going on? Is this a good thing or a bad thing? We're like, they're revamping everything here. So I didn't get to talk to any of them. I tried to find our guy, Craig, in PRI, but never ran into him. So I'm a little upset about that. I wanted to at least meet him, shake hands with him. But I did not get to. Also, we have a touch-up here with the class runoff schedule. So there was an error as far as D1's concerned. They had stock class all the way at the bottom, Maple Grove Raceway. It's been moved to super stock class, Maple Grove Raceway. The Nationals at Maple Grove in September, they switch off every year between stock and super stock. So last year we had stock in 2021 or 2022, not last year, like 3 months ago we had stock. So that means next year in 23, we will have super stock there. All right. I don't know if there's any other errors on there. That was the only one that I noticed. And that one still takes place at a national event, which, of course, you all know if anybody's ever listened to me talk for 5 minutes before. That is a big thing that I push. I want class eliminations and class runoffs to be at national events. Now, for the people that are new to stock and super stock drag racing, class racing, this is for class runoffs only. This means that this is where heads-up runs will take place as a side race before the actual eliminations take place. So somebody asked me, is this the only time stock and super stock races all year? No, this is just where they run class runoffs. Okay, heads-up racing, first car to the finish line wins. It's really exciting racing, but it's just a prelude to, is that the right word? To actual eliminations that usually take place or begin on the next day. All right, so you can see heads up racing at all these events here, and then watch eliminations. Now, it doesn't mean there's no other heads up races in stock and super stock. For anybody that doesn't know, if you're paired up against a car in the same class as you, that's a heads up race. Okay, first car to the finish line wins. We love that kind of racing. Okay, so check that schedule. Make sure you can plan around it. Grade points. Now, they put out a little grade point rule update, but I don't see anything really being changed here. I think it's just a reminder for everybody because there are people that keep asking these questions, I guess, on Class Racer, or you haven't raced much. Let's say you didn't race much this year, but you had a lot of grade points last year. They average out your last 3 years for hardships. So there is an example there down at the bottom. If you raced, you had 5 grade points, 3 years or 2 years ago, then you had 4 grade points, then you had 2 grade points this past year. Add all that up, divide by 3. That's how many grade points you have in 2023. Okay, they average that out. And then that's a hardship case. As for the rest of us, either your current year or your last year, whichever is more, that's how many grade points you have. Okay, so if you had 8 grade points last year and you only have 3 this year, you have 8 grade points. Okay, so that goes based off of the last year or current year, and that's it. Now, special cases for super street, top dragster, top sportsman. You are not allowed to use grade points from another category to enter any of those categories. Your grade points in those 3 categories have to be from those 3 categories, okay? Because you can use combined grade points. I think I have 8 grade points in super stock, and I might have like 2 or 3 in stock. So I have 11 combined grade points. You're not allowed to divvy that up. I wish I could do like, hey, let me do 6 in stock and 5 in super stock. You're not allowed to do that. You pick one and you enter at a grade 11 if you want. Grade 8, really, because that's as high as you can go. But you use all those grade points right there. Boom. That means you can't even enter the other category. So beware when you're using combined grade points because it kind of locks you out for anybody that didn't know. Okay. This is all on NHRAracer.com. Check this out. I think they're just trying to clear up some stuff before they get overloaded with phone calls from people who don't read anything. I'm a teacher, so I know how people don't read anything. They just ask you questions, and literally all they have to do is read the first 2 sentences, and everything was explained there. But hey, that's human nature. We're fast-paced right now. So check that out. Gainesville entry list does open on the 28th. So 8 days from today, grade 8 opens up. The NHRA event reg website is still not active yet. I checked this morning. So if it's been activated within the last couple hours, somebody let me know. But I don't see anything new in there. So if you're a grade 8 and you're trying to get in Gainesville filled up in like 8 minutes last year. And that's the way Gainesville is. Now it's the first race of the year. You got the snowbirds. Everybody, it's just people want to go down there. I wish they would take more cars. Maybe they will. Maybe after last year they figure, hey, we'll take a couple more cars than we did the previous year. Let's find out. I don't know. But I'm assuming that website's going to be up and running soon. Make sure your grade point thing is all squared away, and we get to enter on Wednesday. I am driving a car. I'm driving a stocker at Gainesville this year. So I just got a phone call the other day, and I'm looking forward to it. Brian O'Toole is letting me drive his 1989 Mustang 5.0 convertible. I believe it's like an MN stocker, automatic, and should be fun. Gives me something to do down in Gainesville. I'm excited. I don't even have to tow a car down there. So thank you, Brian O'Toole. That was the best news I heard in a little while. So can't wait to get down to Gainesville. Hope the weather is better than it was last year. Not sure if I'm racing at the Baby Gators yet, but I would love to get there and do interviews. That's a great place to do interviews. Pete Lanciers from Cancun. My goodness, you lived the life, Pete. What were you, a retired Navy or something like that? I went into the wrong profession. I should have joined the service right out of college, or right out of high school, rather. Pete, have fun, buddy. Be careful down there. And it's B-O-B-B-Y. Only my Aunt Mary, who was 90 years old, used to write B-O-B-B-I-E on Christmas presents, which were always winter gloves. So, hi, Pete. Thanks, Pete. B-O-B-B-Y. I need a notebook to keep track on what grade point system. Is time to drag race yet? Oh, almost. We're getting there. We're getting there too quick. I need more time. We're building a new engine for super stock. And, geez, it's the end of the year already. Still waiting on parts. Still waiting on parts to come. and master builder, my master engine builder, to get cracking. That master engine builder is Bob Sr. I am the master ring cutter / piston fitter / dad. Did I do it right? Come check it. Double check it before I seal it up. Okay, that's me. That's my job. That's what I do. And clutch setter upper. And then from there, I do all computer-related dial-in stuff. Driving strategist. All right. So, Dad, hope you're keeping busy over there getting that engine built for us. Don't waste time watching me. Keep working. All right, let's get into the nuts and bolts here. Who else is still pondering this 65 under rule? I know people are still arguing about it on classracer.com. As far as I know, there have been no changes to it. I'm still thinking, I read these suggestions, and if you guys have suggestions, comment. Let me know. Let me know what you think. Because last week somebody suggested let's lower all the indexes, and I was like, no, I don't like that, because I gave an example of how that messed me up back in 2009. I'm not trying to make it all about me, but I'm just saying that I was the new guy at that point and trying to get in, and then I couldn't even run the index then. So, but we didn't give up. We persevered and we got through it. But Ryan Horensky brought up to our attention, he posted the indexes from 1992, and it seemed like indexes were like right here in, 1987, then they were raised in 1992, and then they were lowered back down in 2009. So they were raised, I think, in an effort to increase participation. So if anybody hasn't seen that Facebook thread, man, that one was going. It was running. So I invite everybody to check that out. Ryan Horensky, you might get a whole bunch of new Facebook friends today to check out that thread and get a lot of comments on it. But yeah, very interesting. So then I'm sitting there wondering, I'm like, all right, if they did lower the indexes, I don't know. I hate saying that, but people always propose 3/10. For some reason, it's always 3/10. Will it hurt the little guy? I'd have to do a lot of research on this. I can't give you an answer right now, but I want to know how many people are running 3 to 4 tenths under, legitimately 3 to 4 tenths under, not running the restrictor plates and 200 pounds of extra weight and all that to try and keep an average down 4 under. I mean, legit running this car out. It's a legal stocker, a legal super stocker, 4 under. Okay. I don't know how many of them are. I'd have to look it up. That's what Drag Insights is for. So, and NHRA does all this research, by the way. I did talk to Lonnie Grimm at a couple races this year, and they don't make these decisions on a whim like a lot of people think on Class Racer. Like, he woke up on the wrong side of the bed and boom, he made a rule change and posted it. No, like they go through a lot of, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, running averages, looking at data points, looking at Excel sheets galore. They do a lot from what I've been told before they come up with this stuff. So it's not, it's not how you guys think. They're not out to just screw us and things like that. They really are. I think they're really doing a good job of trying to rebuild relationships. Posting the AHFS changes, the horsepower changes, I should say, a couple weeks ago. That was cool. That was very different than years past where they posted on 2 days before Christmas and say, see you later, we're gone for a month, right? So that I think they're really trying here. I think Lonnie Grimm is really trying. I think he's kind of turning the ship around as best as he can from what I've seen. All right, Byron Warner thinks we should lower the indexes 2 tenths. 2 tenths. You know what though? There are some indexes that are kind of like crazy. Should it be 2 tenths across the board, or should we look at some of these indexes that don't make sense? Because I have a couple examples of that. And they're examples that I know well and good because they're the ones that I race in. 2 tenths reduction of indexes would work. Too many enhancements in the last 15 years. Now, that's a very, very valid point. If the indexes haven't been changed in the last so many years, since 2009 now, so that's 13 years ago, with all the rule changes, how many rule changes have there been in stock? I got to think there's more in stock that would benefit than in super stock. But if I'm wrong about that, somebody let me know if there's been any huge rule changes in super stock that would make you go faster that I'm totally blanking out on right now. But clearly in stock, there's been a lot of rule changes that kind of help you go quicker, somewhat easily. With the lifter, you can use any lifter you want now, solid lifter. You can change over. The whole rocker arm rule, roller rockers are allowed. Any valve spring you want, as long as you're not machining the head, is the rule there. There are things it's some combos, it's not that hard to go a couple tenths under. But I would never, I would never say that, dude, you should be going faster. It's not that hard. That's bullshit. That's not the right thing to say. And I'm not one of those people that says just go bracket racing if you don't like it. I don't think that's the right thing to say either. But there have been a lot of changes in stock to allow you to go a little quicker now. But we have some indexes that are just really weird. Okay, we kind of like the double A is what 1070, I think, and then A automatic is 11 flat, and then B is 1125. We got some big jumps there. Then we start coming down the alphabet like 1500ths at a time. Then we get to J stock automatic 1245. Then we get to K stock automatic, which you would think would just be 1260. We've been jumping down the alphabet 15 the whole way. But it's not 1260, it's 1265. So K gets a 2/10 jump. Okay. And I have all these indexes right here, right in front of me, so I can speak accurately. But now we go from K to L. 1265 K, 1270 L, 500ths. Why? Why isn't that 15? What happened? Okay. And then we go from L to M, and we're back to 15 again. L is 1270, M is 1285. All right. N is 13 flat, O is 1315. Now we get a 3/10 jump from O to P. I think maybe that's where full pound weight breaks again take over. We have all half-pound weight breaks in stock from double A all the way until you get to O. O is the first full pound weight break, 15 to 15.99. All right, now I'm just saying, now here's another example. This is for me. This is only because this is what I know very well. Superstock L stick shift, 1125 index. Superstock L automatic, 1145 index. 2/10 going to the automatic. Are automatics that much slower anymore? You guys are talking about technology. Automatic transmissions, there's been a lot of technology there, and there's been a lot of technology with the torque converters, So is the automatic really needing that 2/10 jump? L automatic, 1145, L stick, 1125. However, when I run L stock automatic now, it's 1270. You know what the L stick index is? 1270. So where I could really use that little automatic brake, I don't get it. And where I'm getting screwed by the stick shift brake in Superstock, I'm getting screwed. So maybe all the indexes need to be revisited instead of just a blank, like a general overhaul of 2/10. But like I said, I'm trying to think of the greater good of the class. I'm just giving you examples pertaining to me because that's all I know right now. When I pose an idea here, it's for the greater good of the class. Okay, I'm trying to benefit, not benefit, but like get an agreement, get the majority. But the majority races Chevrolet, so you always got to take that into account. I race a Ford. I don't always know what the majority's thinking, and then Mopar. Chevrolet most, Mopar, and then a couple of us idiots that race Fords. That's the way it works. Walt, I want to see your comment again because I didn't get to read it. AA is so far out there because originally it was for cars 2008 or newer before they separated them. Well, Walt, I thought in 2008 yeah, I guess it was. But remember they made like AAA stock for a little bit before they started factory stock? Yeah, for the factory stock cars. And then there was like BB and CC. And then there was A, B, C, D, E. They got rid of all that. So now we're back. What do you guys think of outlaw restrictor plates on stock and super stock? Well, yeah, I'm all for that. I didn't think you were supposed to be using them anyway. I didn't think you're supposed to be tampering with the throttle body or carburetor or whatever. So I thought that was fell under the umbrella of tampering with that. So I thought they were illegal this whole time. I never had any reason to use one. I was never fast enough. Should we get rid of factory FS, the FS designation? Should we get rid of the factory superstock designation? Should we get rid of the factory GT designation? Is that just creating too many classes? Can we just get these cars factored to where they need to be and then put them in AA, A, and B and just in stock eliminator? What do you guys think of that? Let me know. What are the pros and cons of that? And then in super, it's just, especially in super stock where there's just so many classes, just so many, like 100 and something classes in super stock. And you only take 60 cars, 70 on a good day at a national event. So there's just not leaving a whole lot of chance of heads up runs. The probability is low. It's a little higher in stock because there's less classes. So ponder on that. Let me know what you think about that. Let me see here. So also something that I kind of mentioned last week, the hit trigger, I should say, the hit, quote unquote, hit average right now is 85 under, not the trigger. If you go, the trigger is 1 second under. If you do 2 runs of 1 second under, you get the trigger, then they review you. If your average is 85 under or faster, that's when you get hit with power. What do you guys think of maybe raising the hit trigger from 85 under to like 95 under? Something like that? Or a second under? Do you think, since there's no mineshaft rule now anymore, we should raise that hit trigger from 85 under to 95 under? Will that kind of reduce the number of people that are going to keep trying to run 65-1 under all year? Will it keep people from making 1,000-foot deals as much? I don't know. You're putting that out there. 95 under from 85 under. Mineshaft rule. Now, here's a good example of, okay, they made, the mineshaft rule was if more than half the field, one car more than half the qualified field was 85 under, they went to the mineshaft rule and there was no horsepower hits unless you went 120 under and got an instant hit. They raised it to 95 under last year for about 5 minutes. Everybody complained. They put it back to 85 under. I didn't care either way. But why was that a bad thing? Why didn't anybody like the whole 95 under? I think at this point, we'd all be begging for that, right? I think you all want that mineshaft rule to come back into play. And 95 under would be a good thing. Byron Warner, keep the factory classes. All right. Byron, why? Let me know why you think we should keep them. And anybody who thinks we shouldn't keep them, let me know why you think we shouldn't keep them. Good. Oh, Pete, get out of here, will you? But thanks for watching. Have fun. Put some sunblock on. If you outlaw restrictor plates, you need to outlaw all throttle restrictions. I don't know. If you mechanically, if you put if there's something under your throttle pedal that's keeping you from opening it all the way, good for you. Are you going to win bracket races like that in the eliminator? I don't know. But I guess people do it. Can they do it with the restrictor plates and be consistent and win? I guess so. Sounds like people are doing it already. So I don't know. If you're going through that much effort to slow yourself down, what is a 3 to 5 to 8 horsepower hit really going to do to you? Some of these combos have like 3 or 4 more years worth of hits in them. I don't get it. Do away with factory GT, but keep factory SS and factory stock. All right, Jeremy, why? Technology. Yeah, but if they're factored accurately, does it matter anymore? Is what I'm saying. If you get these factors to where they need to be, does it matter that they're in B stock automatic with a 98 Firebird or a 69 Camaro? That's my question. Put throttle cables on all cars. No drive-by-wire. Yeah, what cars are still driving by wire? Are those like, what do they call them? Like the C5 Corvettes or something like that? Those things still running drive by wire. What cars are still driving by wire? That's a good point there, Gary. Keep the factory classes. They will not get the horsepower factor correct and kill the regular combos. Do you guys still think they won't get that correct now with the rules as they are? as of this very moment, with this whole 65 under not counting anymore? That's my question. There are more ways to slow these cars down than just restrictor plates. Yes, the EFI cars, yeah, and it's a lot easier to slow them down for sure. In the tune, moving timing around, yeah, there's a lot to that actually. Now that I think about it, because I deal with fuel injection a lot. Not that I've ever slowed myself down, but I see in there where you can definitely do it. Weight brakes in factory stock start at 5.5. AA starts at 7.5. All right, so definitely different weight brakes in there. So that would be a problem. That's factory super stock. Yeah, factory stock AA is 5.5. Okay, so I don't know what those cars are weighing right now. Those supercharged cars. So yeah, that would be an issue. We don't have the weight brakes for that. 7.5 to 7.99. All right, so. Then how about for anything that has a weight brake lower than 7? So factory stock AA, A, B, and C, they're all lower than 7. And then factory stock D to L is 7.5 and beyond, which is what it is in regular stock eliminator. But then now we're mixing the two. All right. So there you go. Thanks for that, James. That's good. Super stock, the split is never as high as -95. Yeah, but I didn't think super stock was changed. Was it? I thought it was only stock that got that 95 under, and super stock was still 85 under as far as mine shaft. I don't think that they changed the super stock. Because, yeah, super stock's never as fast as stock. I need to sit higher. These words are in my face. I already look short enough. GT cars could run soft factory combos, which cannot be done by traditional super stock and stockers. Right. There's so much benefit right now to running GT, it seems like. You really get to make your own weight brake. You can put your car in any class you want. Like you're not limited by a shipping weight anymore. Like that's a big deal. So there's no such thing as like moving up or down one class anymore, right? You strip a car completely down and you put an engine in it and you figure out this car weighs this much. I'll put it, in this class up here. And then you take a car, that still has a lot of factory wiring and glass. It's not been stripped. Like it's a car that looks like it kind of still just came off the street, and it's kind of heavy. And you can put that car all the way down here. I mean, it just seems like. And then on top of that, GT has all these half-pound weight brakes. Does GT really need all these half-pound weight brakes? I don't think it does. I mean, I just think that's a little ridiculous at this point. And then you got FGT going all the way down to N, factory GT N, again with all those half-pound weight brakes. Do you need half-pound weight brakes when you get to make your own class? Shit, make them 1 pound, make them 1.5 pound weight brakes at this point. You can go wherever you want. You don't have to honor any shipping weight rule anymore. As far as I know, you don't have to. And that 250 up or down thing that I never understood, you don't have to honor that anymore. So, I don't know. I mean, in super stock, traditional super stock, you get half-pound weight brakes until super stock H. That's the last half-pound weight brake. Super stock I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P are all 1 pound weight brakes. So why do you have to have 1 pound weight brakes there, but you get half-pound weight brakes in GT? Somebody explain. What about roll bar rule? M stock, automatic, and faster. You can bracket race up to 1150 with no bar or run 10s in an 08 and newer with no bar, but I can't move to M without the bar. Yeah, I don't know. I don't trust a lot of the bracket racing rules. I feel like there's a lot of unsafe cars there when I go and watch them. But the fact that the 08 and newer cars don't need them, I guess they're figuring all the extra safety and airbags that might be in those cars and whatnot. Maybe they're going with that as the reason for not needing the roll bar in M stock, automatic or higher. But good question there. Anybody knows anything about that, let me know. If indexes wouldn't get lowered, I'd be in favor of raising the horsepower trigger to 95 under. Jeremy, the reason the older combos aren't soft is because of 30 plus years of them being beat up with horsepower. They didn't start out with that much horsepower. Valid point, I guess. But everybody's been complaining about, I see on Class Racer, the 350, 255 combo that's at 294 right now. And they say that that one needs more horsepower. Now, it's a 255 rated at 294. It's kind of heavy as it is, but it's still a fast car. So was it that underfactored from the factory? I know that was a big thing back in the day, to underfactor your car, except the idiots at Ford thought it was cool to like over factor them. But any smart executive trying to have their brand out there winning races, you would underfactor them. So that's what they did, and now they're getting factored. But 44 horsepower later, that's still a fast combo people are complaining about. So whatever. On top of that, we do have some horsepower recorrections. These were corrected a couple weeks ago when the horsepowers came out. Now, a couple have been changed. The 283, 220 horse that was rated at 230, it was rated at 237 for 64 to 66. I guess it's the Chevelle there, or the Nova, I should say. It looked like it was rated at 237. The GT factor was 230. Now they put, what did they do? I think they lowered it to 230, the SS factor, and then they realized, no, wait, the GT factor is 237. So I guess they put the SS factor at 237 because, again, they didn't want people claiming GT because it had a better factor. So now I guess the GT and the SS factor are both 237. So they cleared that up. And then a couple of the Mopars there, the Superstock AH cars looks like the 426, 425 rated at 515 has been derated to 505, or it was corrected. Maybe it was 505 and they did a misprint of 515 and now they just fixed it to 505. But really the only person that has to deal with that is an AH racer that runs eliminators with us. A lot of the AH racers I know are limited to just the Hemi shootouts. So I don't know if that's even I think they just have one weight they run with that, and that's the end of it. So guys, that's on NHRA Racer. If that affects you, take a look. I see 3 Mopars, a Ford Maverick Grabber wheelbase correction, and a Ford 227 in the newer model Mustangs. So there you go. Check that out. Also, what else did I want to talk about here? We talked about the mine shaft. 65 under rule hasn't been changed, so a lot of people are talking about how they're going to try and be between 65 and 84.9. Good luck with that. I know it's going to be hard. I don't want that to hurt our class. I don't want everybody to just be running slow. It's going to not make it interesting to watch. So that kind of is counterproductive to what I'm trying to accomplish for all of us. The mine shaft rule we covered, thinking about raising that to 95 under. And the 2 review periods per year, comment on that. I've gotten arguments from both sides. Some racers don't really get to race in the beginning of the year while their combo gets raced at Gainesville or at Cecil County, Maryland, or at a fast track, and they're worried that combo would get hit in the first review, and they didn't even get a chance to get in their cars yet. So that's something to think about. I was just posing it because, like you heard me probably say 10 times already, 2 review periods per year just keep somebody from going 129 under all year, hogging the number 1 spot, using that to get by runs, and then ditching the combo at the end of the year, which is a possibility. So comment on that. Let me know what you think about that. James, what you got? It had already been hit. You cannot have a reduction if it has been hit in the past. Yeah, well, I thought that was a thing. If the car's been hit, especially I think it was within the last 3 years, there's no way it was going to get a reduction. So I don't think reduction when something has been hit in the last 3 years. I do think you can get a reduction. Walt, I don't know if that does, because I thought comp is a whole different ball game. Horsepower or cubic inch rules, they don't have that in Superstock AH. But if I'm wrong on that, somebody let me know. And then as far as that, now you just brought this up to my attention, Walt, because Factory X is going to run in comp, right? Do they have to get grade points? I'm wondering. Do they have to run comp a certain number of times in a year before they can go run a national event? Thinking about that. Do the AH cars need grade points to sign up for the Hemi shootout? I wonder that too. But they really only run the Hemi shootout at Indy, so I guess that's whatever. It's not that big of a deal. But Factory Showdown runs multiple times a year, and I'm guessing those cars don't need grade points, right? So, all right, I guess they don't need grade points. But we all need grade points to run national events. But some of these other categories don't need grade points to run national events. And there's too many categories at national events, especially at Indy. So maybe that's something that needs to be revisited. Along with Mountain Motor Pro Stock being at divisionals and Top Fuel Harley being at divisionals. All right, I won't go into that anymore. But I want more crowd at divisionals. Guys, do everything you can to get people to come out to divisional races. All right. I believe the Hemi cars, they do need grade points. All right. Hey, Merry Christmas, John. How you doing? Hemi cars need 1 grade point for Indy. All right, well, that makes sense. I feel like you should have at least 1 grade point. You know, why not? All right, guys. That's all I have on the AHFS stuff. What I do want to do, though, I had this idea of promoting us a little bit more. For all of you that post pictures of your cars or anything stock and super stock related on Instagram, on Facebook, but maybe not so much on Facebook, but hashtag. Let's start using our own hashtag. Now, I'm sure people have used this hashtag before, but let's make it ours. Let's make it the stock and super stock hashtag. So from now on, anybody, if you post a picture of your car, anything, your car doing a wheelie, your car in the garage getting worked on, your car in a teardown barn, your car getting towed to the next race in a trailer, whatever. Let's use this hashtag, the car show, okay? Because that's what we are. We are the greatest car show in all of the world. Stock and super stock is the greatest car show, right? So that's our hashtag. We're claiming it. So whatever you guys post out there, and don't make it any BS, you know, make it real stuff for people, so we can share that hashtag with people that like to go to car shows that can say, oh, look at this, the car show. Man, look at all these nice cars. Where are they? I want to go. So, all right, the car show. I just had that thought this morning when I woke up. That's going to be our new hashtag. At least it's going to be my new hashtag. So unless you want it hogged up by red 1965 Mustangs all the time, start using it. All right, guys? That was my brainstorm idea of the morning. All right, let's get back to who's talking to us here. Quit bitching to get rule changes. More cars will come to divisional races. Yeah, well, maybe. I don't know. What what kind of rule changes are keeping them away from divisionals? Elaborate. All right. What else? Do I have anything else? Do I? I do have some sad news. Very sad news for Division 1. Woody Pagano passed away. He was I think he always had a Nova, a nice 396 Nova. He used to qualify number 1 at like Lebanon Valley. Never met him in person. Do believe he was a Vietnam veteran. So rest in peace, Mr. Woody Pagano. Not that old, 1946, 2002. So sad news out of Division 1. I do believe he was battling a little bit of illness. So our thoughts and prayers are with his family. All right. Merry Christmas from Linda and Tim Barrett. Merry Christmas to you guys. Everybody, 4 days. I consider it 4 days because I got to get my shopping done in 4 days, and I didn't even start it yet. Quit worrying about grade points and start worrying about what bank to rob to get there. All right, Dennis. Good idea. Rest in peace, Woody Pagano. Guys, stay tuned for more driver interviews coming. Free entries for 70 and older. Free entries if you collect Social Security. Let's go with that. All right. Good idea, Don. Let go of the button, go to dinner. Let go of the button, go to lunch. That's Don Kennedy's saying. I like that saying. Chad Logie, the Grossi brothers. Jerry Emmons was just posted. Check it out. Angelo DiCarlo, beautiful Corvette. Darcy Clark, 2 cars, 2 for the price of 1. Chuck Stubeck, Fred Moreno. So we got a lot of Mopars in there. So I'm trying to I had to get the Chevy in. Now we'll do, Mopar, Then we'll get Fred Moreno. If anybody knows Fred Moreno or anybody has footage of Fred Moreno going down track, send it to me so I can put it in the interview. I don't have any video of Fred going down track, and I didn't get an in-car camera video of him going down track either. So help me out, somebody, anybody that's got one, because I need it. I like these interviews to be, you know, interesting. I need people to watch them. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You know the deal. And I think I mentioned it before, but I'm going to mention it again. All contingency monies that I claimed last year were paid to me. I'm not looking for any more. I'm not trying to track anybody down. So thank you, David Kennedy of NHRA. And thank you to all the manufacturers. ATI, Denso, VP, Summit, Autometer, Ford, Edelbrock, CompCams, McLeod Clutches, Jegs, Moser, Manley, and Mickey Thompson. I appreciate all of them. They all paid up. They all honored their commitment. And I'm happy to run their product. However, I am switching from a McLeod clutch to Rob Youngblood clutch this year. So I won't be claiming McLeod anymore. But thank you for all your years of help. All right, guys, that's it. Merry Christmas. If I forgot anything, hurry up and comment and let me know. Check your grade points. Gainesville opening up in 8 days. I'll be down there trying to do interviews, but I'll be trying to win the Gator Nationals too. So thank you, Brian O'Toole, for letting me drive your car. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Merry Christmas, and stay tuned for future driver interviews. Be safe out there. Go finish your Christmas shopping. If you want to get me a present, I'm a size medium today. If I get back in shape, I'm a size small. All right. See anybody at the banquet too, D1, February 4th. I'll be seeing you before then, though. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you. I'm still owed money from 2020. Oh, geez. Sorry to hear that. See if you can go get it. Contact David Kennedy. That's just about all of us collecting Social Security. I know. I think half of stock and super stock would be getting in free, Don, if they change that rule. Merry Christmas, and one day we'll meet. Definitely. Thank you. Good luck with the new clutch. I appreciate it. Dennis Alvey, I want to see you. I want to see your nice, awesome, 68 Mustang out there. Love that car. Let me drive it. All right, guys. Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.